Hey there. Okay, so as a general rule, I don't eat things that hurt when I put them in my mouth. And I don't eat things that have little spikes on them, i.e. what we would call cactus. But because I'm married to a Mexican, they eat this. Well, my wife eats this. I don't eat this. And it's called Nopales, right? And we put some flavoring on it and cook it up. And so I don't eat it, but I do dethrone it, or de-spike it, I guess is what you call it. And so I'm going to show you today how to take all the little spikes off of a cactus so that you can eat it. And then also show you how to cook it. So first, you want to start with a little knife, and then you can start doing these. And then I just store them all in this little napkin so I can throw them all away when I'm done at the end of this process. And I just cut each one off just like that. Kind of a laborious process. But now, don't get me wrong, I have tried this. I've eaten it. I put Parmesan cheese on it, but don't tell anybody, because I don't think you're supposed to, because that's kind of mixing Italian with Mexican food, and that doesn't work really. But I thought it would, so I tried it. But anyways, so you take all these little spike things off, and this one's kind of okay. It's got little knob things on it that the spikes haven't really come out on yet. But if you look, you'll see a spike right there. And you get one of those little puppies in your tongue, and that's not going to feel good. So you need to make sure you take them all off, because then you'll be puffing like this, because your tongue, you know, got spikes in it. So, anyways, I kind of just go through and with a little knife, and I was told I should wear gloves when I do this, but why would I do that too, right? Too much trouble to put gloves on, and I'm eating it. I'm not cooking it for anybody. Well, I'm cooking it for my wife, but I'm not like cooking it for the public. So, I'm in my house, in other words, right? Okay, so there we go. This side is mostly cleaned off, but I did get one in my thumb. I could not see it, but it's right. Problem having glasses, but I could feel it. I went like this across the board. Got a thorn in my thumb. The dangers of eating Mexican food, right? Now these ones here on the edge, I kind of just trim off like this. Just make a little flat cut, and then that way they're all done and taken care of, and then I'll have to like do each one individually. Cut the end off on that side, go that way with that one, and there you go. Now, to be honest with you, you can buy these already done. You can buy them already chopped up and already dethroned, or whatever they are. But this is more challenging this way. So this is the way. And it's fresher. I don't know how long those other ones have been sitting there. So then I just flip it over, and then I start this side. Same process. You know, just cutting them all off. Babying my thumb because it's got a sticker in it. I'm going to have to get my wife to find that in a minute. Alright, so there's that, and then I generally just cut off the end like this. And, one more. Little thorn, I think. And then I'm going to rinse it and then cook it. Actually, I think I'm going to cut it in half before I stick it in the... Cut that off too. Okay, now I rinse it in water. Oh, I got another thorn in my thing. Not good. Okay, I'm gonna switch this. See, look, I got a little thorn right there on my finger. I think. Ow. That one I could get out. The one on my thumb I can't. I'll have to worry about that in a minute. Yuck. There. Okay, so this I'm going to cut in half like that. Then I'm going to use the grill over here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Pick up the George Foreman lean, mean, fat grilling machine. There's no fat in these though, by the way. I'm going to throw one there and there. Put a little bit of black pepper on there. Sprinkle that. Just a little bit. And my salt. Salt shaker right here. A little bit of that. And I throw it down for 4 minutes. And at the end of that 4 minutes, I'll flip it over and I'll put a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, and cook it for an additional 4 minutes. And then we'll take a look at that when it's done. So for right now, I'm going to take this thorn out and I'll come back in a few. These are my remains. I just throw them all on a little napkin just to keep track of them. And then I just kind of wad them all up and throw them all away at once. Gosh, and my wife's Hispanic Mexican, right? Married to a Mexican. She was like, well, don't I get rice with the nopales? Well, hello, okay, rice is a process that takes longer than the nopales. I should have started the rice 20 minutes ago so it would come out with the nopales. So the nopales just turned off for the first time, so we're going to flip it over. And then I'm going to videotape how to make rice as well. You learn this stuff when you get married to a Mexican. I didn't know how to make rice before. I didn't eat rice as a kid, so we didn't. Anyway, so you flip this over, and it's starting to get a little brown. Throw a little bit more salt on it. Make sure you put a lot of salt. I'm not a big salt fan, but my wife is, so she gets the salt. And again, because I don't eat this, it doesn't matter, right? So anyway, so put a little bit more pepper on it. Throw it down. And set it for another 5 minutes. Now, the nopales is going to be done about 20 minutes before the rice is, because I'm starting the rice right now. So, tune back in with me in a minute, and then watch the cooking rice video. Okay, so the nopales is ready. Again, cooked it on the grill. I haven't cooked it in the pan, but you could just as easily. You just fry it, I guess, a little bit. But it works perfect in the grill. So I just throw it up in the grill and see how it kind of gets that dark olive greenish color. That means it's done. It's nice and soft and tender. It's going to taste really good. So I'm going to take this off, put it on the plate, and then of course I'm going to put the plate in the microwave to keep it warm while we wait for the rice to finish. But that's how you make nopales. So you can see it's got some pepper and salt on it. It's nice and cooked. All the thorns are taken off, and that is actually ready to eat with some salsa, some tortillas. It's ready.